We are Cannabis Specialty Packaging. You're watching the Cannabis Packaging Show, and this episode is all about pre-roll packaging.
The Cannabis Packaging Show is brought to you by Contempo Specialty Packaging.
Welcome to the Cannabis Packaging Show, the world's first cannabis packaging show. This is episode number 21. Got our beautiful magazine ad placed over to the side this time. This episode, I hope you guys find valuable. We're getting a lot of inquiries saying, we want to dress up our pre-roll packaging. We don't want to use simple, generic packaging.
Get them out of here.
Look at that. Made an impact. That was a little bit aggressive, so, but anyways.
Calling HR.
Heather really liked that. We had to make a statement. So, as we see a lot in the Cannabis Packaging Show, you've got to build a brand in this industry. You can't have generic stuff. You can't not have your name on it. Packaging is a key part of the customer experience. And a brand nowadays is all about the customer experience, the experience you're giving your customers. So we want to show you some pre-roll packaging ideas that we think you'll like. We hope you'll be inspired by them. And without further ado, Ingrid, please take over.
Okay. First idea for a pre-roll is this is a corrugated tube. It's pretty simple. And you can do it, I think we showed this actually a couple weeks ago. We're showing it again. You can do any size, diameter on the inside, and any kind of printing or foil technique on the outside. Other ideas for pre-rolls are glass tubes, which are pretty simple that you can dress them up in different ways. This has a cork stopper, and this one has a silicone rubber stopper. And you can, the silicone stoppers you can also emboss with your logo mark or the name of your brand. And we can apply labels to these. This is also a glass tube that has a screw top on it. So if you want more of a, I don't know, something more airtight, then this would be the option.
And we're just referencing the cap there.
Yes.
Obviously that tube is way too small.
Yeah, that's pretty small. This is also a corrugated tube.
This is my favorite option. Well, not my favorite, but I like it a lot.
That has an aluminum top and bottom on it.
With the tamper seal.
Yes.
A heck of a lot better. So pop tops are sometimes used like this. See, like, let's say 5.7 gram pre-rolls in here. Just compare this to this in the branding ability, in the feeling that your consumer will have. I think most people agree with me. That's a heck of a lot better.
Yes. Agreed. If you want to go a little, if you just want to go with a Mylar bag, that is of course an option, and you can do that in any size that you like. If you want to step it up a little bit and do more of a box presentation, there are a lot of options. This is a sliding box that you can put an insert in or a vac form.
And if you're asking, can you make that child resistant? The answer is almost. We're very close to launching our child resistant box. The first Apple quality premium child resistant box called the Vault Box.
Ooh.
Ingrid, please continue.
This is another box option. It's a sliding box, where you can see the inner part of the bottom part of the inner box when it's closed, and this comes out as well, so you can put your pre-rolls in there. And we have a two-piece box.
Love that box.
Which has a really cool,
Show
very
the symbols
nice
and turn it. There you go.
side reveal on it of a nice shiny gold foil.
So I love the idea of like different levels of your product. So you could do like a premium run, almost like you've got like, you see it in the liquor business, you see it in a lot of businesses where there's like a standard line, then there's a more premium line. And I think that gold foil on the side of your premium line pre-rolls could work.
Nice. This is a folding box that has a window on it, which obviously you wouldn't want to have for a pre-roll because it would fall right out. But there's ways of adapting this to make it correct for a pre-roll. This is a folding box. You have
And what's special about that one is it's made of the hemp-based board.
yes, so it is a sustainable option if you're looking for that. And finally, this is a cigarette style box. This is a pretty big box, and the reason being that this is meant to hold the tubes.
This is the one time we allow you to use doob tubes.
Yes. So if you have the tubes that you want to use, but you want to put them in kind of a nicer package, this is an option that you can have these be your interior piece, and use a 2-piece box or a sliding box to make the outside presentation a little bit nicer.
Ingrid, do you want to? That's it for the branded boxes, right?
Yes.
You want to quickly run through these or just like show these? We showed this in an early episode, the different printing techniques that you guys have available to you for your brand. Even if you just do it like, don't even explain it because I don't want the episode to go too long, but just like show it again so everyone sees it.
Okay, yeah, so this is a craft board with a silk screen and a gold hot stamp on it. This is soft touch paper with a black foil on it, which putting black on black creates a really cool shine. It's a little bit like using a spot UV, but it shows up a little bit darker. This is using a metallic ink as opposed to a foil stamp. So it's not quite as shiny as a foil stamp would be, but there is still some a metallic element to it. This is an embossed border on it, which you can probably see better from the back, so I'll show you the back on camera. So it's embossed through the front, so this is raised up all along the border, and it has a stamp on it as well. This is another soft touch that's all printed. This is a holographic foil hot stamp, and holographic stamps come in many different forms. So if that's something that you're interested in, there's a lot of different ways that can look. This is kind of an oil slick holographic. And there are ones that are super shiny with patterns in them. There's a lot of directions that you can go with that.
We did foils in one show, right? We showed a few foils.
Yeah, we did.
Maybe we should do like a version 2, show like a ton of foils in a future episode.
Yeah, sure.
I think that would be nice.
This is a spot UV.
I love the spot UV.
You should turn a little bit. It's again, to explain, it's a clear varnish that they apply as if it were an ink, but it gives a nice shine. This is a spot glitter, which is similar to a spot UV, except that it is a little more textural, and of course it is glitter. So if you want some crazy sparkles on there, that's for you. And this beautiful one, which I think is my favorite, is a colored foil on 4-color print.
Is that your favorite because you designed it?
No, Heather designed this.
Okay, very good. Oh, just had
I
it.
don't know. I just really like it. I like the colors on
It
it.
is very nice.
It's wild.
So, we good? Any other options here? That was wonderful overview of some options.
That's
Anything
it.
else?
That's it.
Okay, so I'm partially joking. I actually really do feel like you should use some of these other options besides doob tubes, but I get on the medical side, sometimes you're just looking for a cost-effective method, but really I want everyone to keep in mind, how do you want your consumers to feel when they hold the product in their hands? What's the emotion? What's the feeling? Because that's the core of your brand. And if you ignore this stuff or neglect this stuff, there's eventually going to become a time where the prices drop, and if you don't have your identity, if consumers aren't connecting with your brand, you could get left behind. And I just want to put that in your minds. I want you guys to be conscious of that. I think that's about it. Heather, anything you want to add over there?
No, you guys did
a great job so far.
Okay, Talia?
If you want a
Nothing
doob
from
tube,
me.
you can put a really, really nice label
Yeah,
on it.
I mean,
using
you have to
any
use
of
a
these.
doob tube, put a super fancy, nice label on it at least.
There you go. So using those techniques on a
Exactly.
label.
Plenty of options.
There you go. Thanks for watching the Cannabis Packaging Show. We love you, even if you use doob tubes. We'll see you next week.